everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Rima and I'm here with another guidance session. This is going to be a coffee cup reading for the month of May 2023 for the sign of Aries. If you're a Sun, Moon or Rising, you can watch this video, or if you are a cross watcher and you want to know how things are going to move forward for someone who's dear to your heart and they are Aries, you can also watch this video. I wanted to thank you all for supporting my channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you like the kind of work that I do, and if that's the case, please go ahead and subscribe. I also wanted to thank all of you who have been requesting private readings. Thank you so much for your patience. If you are interested to have a private reading with me, please go ahead and find my email address in the About tab. With that, let's start the reading. Let's see what kind of messages we're going to receive for May, for Aries. Just maybe take a deep breath, focus. If you have any questions or something that you want to get clarity, just have it present in your mind. We might get information on that. So let's start this reading for my dear Aries. Some of you have some kind of wish. I mean, it's a very crowded, it's already very crowded. There's a lot going on. I see some of you are really hoping to get something. That you have a big wish or something that you desperately need to get to it. I can sense the feeling that you're like, okay, enough is enough. I really want this. I really need this. I see a very big candle, which is it is burning, but I see that it's in the wind. However, it's somehow protected. You're trying to protect it. This can be something that you are trying to get. Maybe there are people who are not approving this, and as we are using the collective energy and many people are watching, I can't be very specific, but I'll try to give scenarios so that you can make sense of what I'm saying. It could be for some of you, like you want something, and maybe in your organization, if it's work related, some people are not agreeing, they're not approving. On the other hand, you are really pushing, but not pushing directly. You're hoping and praying and really wanting it at that level, because I see the people who are against that, either they are stronger, more powerful than you, or it's just the circumstances, the condition that you cannot control, you cannot change. The best way to describe is the candle burning in an open space in front of a mirror. Actually, I'm seeing, and in front of a mirror, I meant in front of a window, and the window is open. Maybe there's a mirror involved. I just said that for some reason, I guess. In front of a window which is open and it's windy, so the candle can be blown up anyway, anytime, and you're kind of stressed for that. You're really stressed for this reason, because this is, for some of you, this is your last hope, this is your last option, and you're like, what if it doesn't make it? What if this doesn't go anywhere? But on the other side, energetically, I'm seeing this candle is protected by the energies. Maybe the universe just sends the winds so that they won't blow this candle. Be hopeful. I see a lot of hope for you, but I admit that the situation is shaky. And if you think about it, the chances that you get this wish fulfilled is not a lot. But again, the reading is guiding me towards keep your hope up and keep praying, because the power of your prayers is not something that you can forget. For some of you, well, this is very specific for some people. If you have a child or a toddler, and you have also a social media page that you post from, like your daily routine or your children or your child, I see that you make big money. But I see that maybe there's frustration around that. Maybe you get negative comments about the fact that why you're using your child to make money. I see that you're dealing with that. But if that's the case, and if that applies to some of you, I see that the growth in that income, the growth in the followers or the money that you're making is really huge, and you can't neglect that. It's really a big change in the income for this. But again, it comes with some level of stress, with some level of criticism against you, or somehow maybe that child is not happy, or they get tired or something like that. I see that energy definitely there. um Again, I feel like someone is hopeless and they have I see the energy of negative comments. It can be in any part of your life, and many people are watching, so it can apply in different scenarios. For some of you, maybe you're tired about criticism at home, maybe your partner, or maybe your parents, maybe at your job. There has been some parts of criticism that somehow you're even thinking of someone, or someone in Aries is thinking of packing their stuff and leave, and or maybe quit the job and leave. I see actually a very clearly someone is thinking about leaving. I see a very defined league here. Someone is stepping out, they're putting their foot out of a situation. There also might be this scenario that you're taking they're leaving a dispute situation. You're leaving in a, I don't want to say dangerous situation, but it's an energy, your energy is being wasted and you're just tired. I totally see that. For some of you, the level of criticism, or the level of maybe even aggressiveness or anxiety from other people is such that you're thinking about just packing your stuff and leaving. You're stepping out of a situation. Some people, it can be you, or it could be someone else. If you have an Aries boss or Aries manager, they might be stepping down. If there are people in government or in the high ranking positions in countries that they are Aries, I see that they might step down, or they might be asked to step down. We have also an eclipse in Aries. I think in May, end of April and beginning of May, that could affect Aries people tremendously. But again, as I said, the support is also there. So it's not 100% shaky situation. It's a lot of stress. It's a little bit of criticism, negative points, but there might be a Leo who's supporting you. I definitely see a Leo person who's filtering the situation, who's helping you out. Like, for example, if your father is criticizing an Aries for their life choices or anything else, like, and if their mom is a Leo, the mother is filtering everything in the negativity, and she's trying to mediate between these two. And just apply this example to other scenarios. A Leo is really having your back. Or by the time of Leo, by the season of Leo, a lot of this aggression is going to be toned down, is going to be removed, and it's actually a better time for you, maybe beginning or midsummer. Again, as I said, for some of you, I see that you're thinking of leaving, packing and leaving, stepping down, resigning even for some Leos. Maybe for 50% it happens. The rest will find a way to manage. I see celebration for some of you. You will manage to come across this difficulty. And I see a bottle of wine and a glass of wine that actually can relax you. You need to put less energy in this negative situation. I need to be resistance. I mean, it doesn't apply to everyone, this advice. It really depends on your situation. You have to take your own decision for your life, but my advice based on the energies is that just don't put the leaving or quitting your face option. Again, it depends on your scenario, and you need to work out with that. I see a beautiful farm of wheat, like wheat and barley, and that's a very, very good sign in your reading. That is like harvest time, and this is very like good quality, good grade of grains, very healthy, unique, perfect. I see perfection in that. Something that you have been working on, or something that you have manifested, you have made, you have put energy, what you have manifested actually is very good. Is number one, is grade one, is perfect. And maybe the quantity is not that much, but the quality is great. And this is something that maybe people are not considering, and maybe your boss is criticizing you for other reasons, but in reality what you have done is great. I see an armed person. Maybe we hear about some shooting somewhere, or maybe someone, there might be some news in some countries about shootings. I don't know. But in general, that energy of spontaneous decision making, which is out of it, rage is very present. You need to relax, you need to calm down, Aries. I mean, do what you can, make the right decision, talk to people who you think they can help you. But in the end, if you can't do anything and if it's out of your control, the rest of it, let it fly and give it to the hands of the universe, and they will be helping you. And as I said, I saw that you're protected, I saw that you're guided. I still will say that there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety, but you can manage it. For some of you, I already see that you don't care anymore, you're already letting go. I see you are floating. I'm not saying you're letting go as that you're quitting. My point is that you're there and you're like, this is who I am, and you do need to accept me as I am. Again, I don't mean that don't look at the criticism. If the criticism is valid, of course, you will take a look and see how you can fix it if it's valid. If not, you just, some of you just like are ignoring it. I see a rose, beautiful rose. Some of you will get the reward or the joy of this behavior. This in the end is going to end well. If you stay and are resistant, if you find a way to manage the situation, if you find a way to control your anger, because I feel and I see that it takes a lot of energy from you and it brings a lot of anger to you. And Aries, sometimes you, specifically Aries risings, you can have a spontaneously decision and you think like that's it, I'm like just going to quit, or I'm just going to talk to them, or I'm just going to cut this relationship, I'm just going to move, I will step down, I will leave this organization, and I will see how they're going to do it without me. So those things come to your mind. Maybe they are valid things, but don't do it just very quickly, because some of you will regret if you do it first thing that comes to your mind. Maybe in the end, some of you need to take a choice and maybe you find a better option, and eventually you will leave this situation, but don't put it as the first option. And I see this burning candle that I talked to you about it in the beginning of the reading is burning in a shape of a rose. It is not a rose candle, but it's a normal candle, but it's very thick, and the way it's burning and melting, the wax is shaping a very nice rose. So this again is telling me you need to stay in your position and be very strong. I see a beautiful wedding dress, very very beautiful, and I see that the flowers in the hand of the bride, but I don't see a face for them, or maybe they're covering their face. Maybe you get to go to a wedding, which is a religious wedding, or you get married with someone, or your wedding is religious. Again, it depends. Other than that, it could be that some of you are really thinking about getting into a shared life. You really want to get married, and you're envisioning yourself, and it's getting close to you. I even see the bouquet of flowers in your hand, and I can see the wedding gown. It's also possible that someone else is wishing this for you. Maybe, just an example, your mother or someone who really you're dear to their heart. They're really wishing for that. They're asking the universe, like, I just really want to see my daughters or my nephews or my niece or my granddaughter's wedding. They're really praying, and someone is envisioning this. It could be you, it could be someone else, and the more they do it, the more it comes into reality, which is actually very nice. I see a little bit of maybe you break your car. I see a car is pulled over in the highway. Maybe you have a flat tire and people are helping. It could be you, or maybe you stop to help someone. Someone needs help or assistance in a road, in a highway. Maybe you have a flat tire, maybe there's an engine problem, something with your car. So check your car. If you are driving at night in at hours that the highway and the streets are empty, make sure that you could be protected. Make sure that your car is fine, is checked, and also you can call someone who can come and help you. I see some people might have problems with the uterus, maybe fibroids or something like that, or maybe your hormones are unbalanced and you have some problems. Some of you maybe are trying to get pregnant, and maybe the doctor is telling you that you still need to work, and your body is not ready to accept the pregnancy. But I see this Taurus sign. Maybe your doctor could be a Taurus, or somehow in Taurus season you started therapy or healing, but I see that is going to bring some, or maybe you need to eat more meat or less meat. Again, I don't know. I just see a Taurus, I see a cow. um, there is a shocking news coming with a lot of noise. Maybe not that shocking, but there's a lot of noise around it. For example, maybe in your organization, the boss is changing or someone is transferring, and there's a lot of news about it, or there's a lot of emails about it, or maybe in the news we hear something about some agreement between countries or some decisions in a country, and it's just being very big and highlighted. But it's not that big. I see it just doesn't have that much influence as that they're as much as they're showing it. um Someone is showing that they're your enemy, or they're not enemy, they're showing that they are opposing you, but in reality they have no power. And even maybe they get criticized because of their behavior with you, or maybe they know deep in their heart that their behavior is not right, and they're using false facts to show you or your work faulty. And they are really, don't be afraid or don't be concerned about this person. This person just shows that they are very powerful, or they know better than you, or they're trying to point at you and maybe even put you in your situation, so that you feel uncomfortable. But again, deep there in their heart, they know that it's their bad behavior, and in the end they can't do anything. If someone stands in front of you, if someone is blocking your way, another example is like if you want to get married with someone, and like someone is maybe your fiance or your partner or your crush or your love's mother, or someone in their family is opposing and they're trying to stop this. They might look very serious and strong, they might seem to be a big blockage, but in the reality it's not like that. The energies are not supporting them. So I just want you to know that you need to be patient. But I see that you are out of patience. Yeah, like you don't have any patience, you don't have any more patience, and you have been really dealing with a lot of issues, and it's making now it's really hard. Someone might be starting to paint their bedroom, or maybe you have something for your pet, that maybe you have a pet house that you're painting, and you need to let it dry. Don't let the pet go inside when the paint is still wet. It might be toxic, so remove your pet from those painting stuff. Just be very very cautious, because specifically if they're a dog or a cat, they might go and they might cause accidents. Even a pet might fall into a bucket of paint, so be careful about that. Some of you are vacuum cleaning, maybe there's something that needs to be cleaned out from your mind. You need to let things, stressful things, go away. I think I mentioned that. Someone might have a kidney ultrasound. I don't see anything serious. Again, this is not a medical session. I'm just saying based on the energies, but take guidance from your doctor, your medical professional. I see a male energy watching you, and they're actually admiring you, how you're pushing back, how you're strong. And for some of you, I see them in a crowd, maybe in a party, maybe in a celebration, in a conference, in a job, in your office, or maybe somewhere in a cafe, or someone with your friends, somewhere with your friends. This person is standing in a corner. I see them, they're wearing a white suit or white shade, or maybe they're a doctor and they have this scrubs or something, but I see them in light colors. They do not have facial hair, they have brownish hair, and they're watching you. Maybe they smoke. Very calm person, they're tall, and they have feelings for you, but they haven't come forward. They are just waiting for these scenarios that you're dealing with. They know about your stresses, they know about your not issues, but they know that you are now experiencing a lot of difficulties or a lot of other things, or maybe they think now love is not your priority, something like that. They're just waiting and watching for the perfect time. And other women are interested in them, but they only see you. They are not interested in other people. That's how I'm seeing it. Let's see what we have in your cup. Again, I see a pet that has done some accident. Again, be careful about your pet, specifically if you have a brown and white dog, or a white dog, or a brownish dog. The dog might do something. I see a dog and two cats, so they might create a mess while you're gone, or while you are doing renovations or paintings, you are doing a project. Be careful. I see a well, what I see exactly is that I see a king, like someone who has a crown on their head, but their eyes are closed. They do not have any visibility. Again, we can interpret for different things. It can be a king who is not having really, not knowing really what they're doing or what they're up to. There might be oppositions. This king might face challenges, because around the time that I'm doing this reading, it's around the May. It's for May season, for the month of May, and around that time we have eclipses. So again, this crown that I'm seeing on top of on their head, it's not stable, and yeah, I see some issues with this. On the other hand, it could be someone who's powerful in your life, maybe a father figure, a boss. Look at them, you can see even the face, and they're thinking that they're ruling, they're thinking that they're the king, but it's very, very fragile. The people behind them or below them, they don't recognize them. Maybe in the organization, other people do not approve them. There is a negative energy with this person. If it's in your life, like a father figure, a boss, a manager, or even a partner who thinks that they are king, but I see that oppositions are going to come to the surface. They will mess up a situation, and I again see and feel some kind of the project is unstable. They're unstable. People who are supposed to approve them, they will not. Very soon they will show their true face, and this person will have some difficulties. Some light will be shed on this situation. Maybe this person is hiding some things that so far were hidden. But again, I see clarity is coming from the angels, from the masters, from the higher powers, from the universe, and this person can't continue being a king like that. Someone is buying a doll for a little girl, and they're giving it to them. Others of you might find an injured bird or an injured pet that you might, maybe even cat or kitten, that you bring home and you take care of them. That is very nice. I see you wrap your hands around them, you help them, maybe you find them and they're vet. I see energies of helping pets and animals here, very, very strong for you. I see two sisters or two best friends, two female energies, very connected. They might be far from each other, but I see a huge connection. Their mind is connected. Maybe you talk, could be your sister, your friend, your mother even, but there's not too much age difference between them. Of course, one of them is older, but not that old. And I see letter Y. Maybe one of them, the name starts with letter Y. Or I see the energy of yin and yang. These two people are yin and yang. They're complementary of each other. They're very different, but they complete each other. They talk to each other. It could be a soulmate that you might find or you might meet sometime very soon. And this person is going to give you a lot of comfort. This person is going to calm you down. For a lot of you, as I said, all these stresses that you have, you need to do something about it. And maybe extending your relationship with other people outside of the issue that you have, outside of the problem, because sometimes when we have a problem, we're focused on that, we just want to get that fixed, and that's the energy that I saw in the beginning of your reading. But the advice in the end is that don't focus on that issue. If you have focus on your, like if you have issues with your job, and as I explained in the beginning, that's a tough situation, don't just isolate yourself from life, and don't just sit day and night thinking and hoping and praying that this will be fixed. Do what you can for that. Let it go, send it to the universe, and then live your life. Maybe find a friend, travel, and even talk to your family more often, and let life take care of your issues. Well, my dear Aries, that was your reading for May. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your attention, and as always, until the next time, stay blessed.